2 years after disappearing off the CIA's radar, Jason Bourne, Matt Damon, is living a peaceful life in Goa, India, with Marie Kreutz, Franca Potenti. Although he has left his life as a trained assassin behind, Bourne is far from free. Plagued by vivid flashbacks of his time in Operation Treadstone, a Black Ops assassination program, Bourne meticulously records these fragmented memories in a notebook, trying to make sense of his past. Unbeknownst to Bourne, trouble is brewing thousands of miles away. In Berlin, CIA Deputy Director Pamela Landry, Joan Allen, is conducting a covert operation to purchase the Nesky files, a set of documents that reveal the theft of $20 million in CIA funds years earlier. The files could expose a mole within the agency. However, the operation goes horribly wrong when Kirill, Karl Urban, a cold and calculating Russian operative, intercepts the files. Working for oligarch Yuri Gretkov, Kirill kills both the CIA agent and the Russian informant, stealing the files and the money. To cover his tracks, Kirill plants Bourne's fingerprints on a bomb at the scene, framing him for the murders. Gretkov, seeing Bourne as a potential threat, orders Kirill to eliminate him. Kirill tracks Bourne to Goa, setting off a chain of events that shatters Bourne's fragile peace. While shopping at a local market, Bourne spots Kirill tailing him. His instincts kick in, and he and Marie flee in their jeep, racing through the crowded streets and along the coastline in a heart-pounding chase. Bourne's driving skills keep them ahead of Kirill for a time, but their luck runs out. In a tragic twist, Kirill's bullet meant for Bourne hits Marie instead. She dies instantly, and their vehicle plunges into the river. Heartbroken and enraged, Bourne leaves Goa, vowing to uncover the truth and bring those responsible to justice. The CIA re-enters the picture. Back in Washington, D.C., Pamela Landry delves into the failed Berlin operation. She discovers Bourne's fingerprints on the bomb and links him to Operation Treadstone, the now-defunct program that trained him as an assassin. Curious about Treadstone, she approaches Ward Abbott, Brian Cox, a senior CIA official who oversaw the program. Abbott explains that Treadstone was shut down after Bourne went rogue and its director, Alexander Conklin, was killed. Landry believes Bourne is responsible for not only the Berlin killings but also the murder of Vladimir Nesky, a Russian politician, years earlier. Nesky was about to expose the $20 million theft when he and his wife died in what appeared to be a murder-suicide. Convinced of Bourne's guilt, Landry and Abbott traveled to Berlin to capture him. Meanwhile, Bourne resurfaces in Naples, Italy. He allows himself to be detained by airport security, a calculated move to gather intelligence. While being interrogated, Bourne overpowers the agent and retrieves his cell phone, copying its SIM card. From this, he learns about Landry and the frame-up. Armed with this knowledge, Bourne heads to Munich to confront Jarda, Martin Chokas, one of the last remaining Treadstone operatives. Jarda confirms that Treadstone has been dismantled and attempts to neutralize Bourne. A brutal fight ensues, ending with Bourne killing Jarda in self-defense. Narrowly escaping the CIA, Bourne begins piecing together the puzzle, convinced that someone within the agency is orchestrating the conspiracy against him. As Landry and Abbott arrive in Berlin, Bourne intensifies his investigation. He surveils the CIA team from a distance, even calling Landry to prove he's always one step ahead. Landry, shocked by Bourne's resourcefulness, begins to question whether he's truly guilty. Meanwhile, Abbott grows increasingly desperate to protect his secrets. Bourne kidnaps Nikki Parsons, Julia Stiles, a former Treadstone technician, to extract information about the conspiracy. Although terrified, Nikki reveals that Abbott, not Conklin, was the true head of Treadstone. She also discloses that the Nesky files, which Landry was trying to obtain, would expose a mole within the CIA. As Bourne interrogates her, fragments of his past resurface. He remembers his first assignment in Berlin, assassinating Vladimir Nesky. Under Conklin's orders, Bourne killed Nesky and staged his wife's death as a murder-suicide. This revelation deepens Bourne's determination to expose the truth and seek redemption for his actions. Meanwhile, Danny Zorn, Gabriel Mann, Conklin's former assistant, uncovers inconsistencies in the evidence against Bourne. He confronts Abbott, pointing out that the bomb Bourne supposedly planted in Berlin didn't detonate. Realizing Zorn is close to exposing him, Abbott kills Zorn, further tightening the web of lies. Bourne's search for answers leads him to Abbott's hotel room. In a tense confrontation, he forces Abbott to confess his crimes. Abbott admits to stealing the $20 million, orchestrating Nevsky's assassination, and framing Bourne for the Berlin killings. He also reveals that Gretkov used the stolen funds to buy oil leases and grow his empire, sharing the profits with Abbott. Abbott further confesses that he ordered Kirill to kill Bourne in Goa. Although Abbott expects Bourne to kill him, Bourne refuses, leaving his gun behind as a statement of his changed mindset. After Bourne leaves, Abbott takes his own life. Before departing, Bourne ensures that Landry receives a recording of Abbott's confession. Listening to the tape, Landry realizes that Bourne is not the villain she believed him to be. She begins to see him as a victim of the CIA's corruption and manipulation. With the conspiracy exposed, Bourne travels to Moscow for one final mission, to find Irina Nevsky, Oksana Akinshina, Vladimir Nevsky's daughter. He wants to apologize for his role in her parents' deaths and offer her the truth. However, Gretkov, desperate to eliminate Bourne, sends Kirill after him. What follows is one of the most thrilling car chases in cinematic history. Bourne and Kirill tear through the snowy streets of Moscow in a high-stakes pursuit filled with crashes and near misses. The chase ends when Bourne forces Kirill's car into a concrete divider. Gravely injured, Kirill is left behind as Bourne, himself wounded, limps away. Bourne finds Irina and reveals the truth about her parents' deaths. Overcome with guilt, he apologizes, hoping to provide her with some closure. Although she says nothing, her silent acknowledgement marks a poignant moment of redemption for Bourne. For the first time, he confronts his past not as an assassin but as a man seeking to atone for his sins. The movie concludes with a phone call between Bourne and Landry. From an undisclosed location, Bourne thanks Landry for exposing the truth and reveals that he knows she acted in good faith. Landry, in turn, provides Bourne with a key piece of his identity, his real name, David Webb, and his birth date. As she urges him to meet with her, Bourne declines, leaving her with the enigmatic yet heartfelt words, "Get some rest, Pam. You look tired." The Bourne Supremacy is a gripping tale of betrayal, redemption, and the relentless pursuit of truth. Through breathtaking action sequences and a deeply emotional narrative, the film explores Bourne's struggle to reclaim his identity and make amends for the sins of his past.